The Galactic warriors stand tall, their imposing frames clad in armor that gleams with the brilliance of 1,000 battles won. Each warrior is a living testament to the supremacy of their species, bred for war, and augmented by technology that has rendered them nearly invincible. Their armor is a marvel, sleek, adaptable, and capable of withstanding even the most devastating of blasts. It's not just protection, it's a symbol of their dominance over countless worlds. Embedded within the armor are advanced sensory arrays, tracking systems, and combat enhancements that have made these warriors the stuff of legends. Their weapons are no less impressive. Each wields a plasma rifle, calibrated to deliver precision strikes at unimaginable ranges, and a close combat blade that hums with an energy field capable of slicing through nearly anything. These are not just tools of war, they are extensions of the warriors themselves, honed through centuries of conflict. Their victories are numerous, their enemies' ruins scattered across the galaxy. Whole civilizations have fallen before them, and their reputation has grown with each conquest. To face them is to face certain doom. Their mission today seems laughable by comparison to past glories. A human guerrilla unit has been detected on a backwater planet, barely worth noting on the galactic map. The briefing is quick, almost dismissive. The humans are described as primitive, their technology rudimentary at best. Camouflage? The idea draws smirks from the warriors. What good is hiding when their sensors can penetrate any disguise? The task is clear: eliminate the threat. No one doubts the outcome. This is a clean-up job, not a battle. The leader of the unit, a veteran of countless campaigns, stands before his warriors with the air of one who has seen it all. His voice carries the weight of authority, laced with a hint of amusement at the absurdity of the mission. He dismisses the humans' camouflage as little more than a parlor trick, a futile attempt to hide from predators who can see everything. "We'll sweep them out," he says with confidence, "like we have with every other insignificant species that's dared to stand in our way." The warriors exchange glances, their expressions a mix of boredom and arrogance. The humans are, to them, little more than insects to be crushed underfoot. The leader outlines the plan of attack, simple and direct. They'll descend on the humans' last known location, overwhelm them with superior firepower, and be back aboard their ship before the day is out. The warriors nod, already eager to get this over with and move on to more worthy opponents. With the briefing concluded, the warriors move with precision, boarding their dropships in perfect synchronization. The planet looms below them, a green and brown orb that holds no fear for these seasoned fighters. As they descend, the atmosphere crackles around them, but inside the dropships, it's all business. Weapons are checked, systems calibrated, and the warriors prepare to execute what they believe will be a routine extermination. They land in the thick of a jungle, the terrain dense and humid, but their suits adjust instantly to the environment. The sensory arrays scan the area, but there's nothing out of the ordinary. The warriors advance in a tight formation, their steps silent despite their size, their weapons at the ready. But the jungle is eerily quiet. Too quiet. The leader waves a hand, signaling a halt. Something feels off, but he can't put his finger on it. His sensors pick up nothing unusual, yet the hairs on the back of his neck stand on end. The first shot comes from nowhere, and one of the warriors goes down, a clean, precise hit. The rest immediately drop into defensive positions, scanning the surrounding foliage. But there's nothing to see, no enemy to target. Just the oppressive silence of the jungle, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. Another shot, and another warrior falls. Panic starts to creep in, but the leader barks orders, demanding calm. They return fire, blasting the trees and bushes with plasma, but it's like shooting at shadows. The humans seem to vanish and reappear, their positions impossible to pin down. Frustration mounts as the warriors find themselves increasingly outmaneuvered. The humans' tactics are infuriatingly effective, and the warriors, for the first time, feel a twinge of fear. It's as if they're fighting ghosts. Each time they think they've cornered the humans, they slip away, only to strike from a different angle. The leader grits his teeth, refusing to acknowledge the growing concern. This isn't how it's supposed to go. These humans shouldn't be this much of a challenge. but the losses are undeniable. Each fallen warrior is a blow to their pride, and as the initial skirmishes drag on, the confidence that once radiated from them begins to waver. The leader orders a regroup, pulling his warriors back to reassess. The jungle, once dismissed as just another battlefield, now feels like an enemy in itself, with every tree and shadow harboring potential death. As they huddle, the leader forces himself to stay calm, to think. He can't let the others see the doubt creeping into his mind. The humans are just lucky, he tells himself. They've had the advantage of surprise, but that's all. Once the warriors regroup and adapt, the humans will fall just like every other enemy. He suppresses the unease, pushing the fear to the back of his mind. They're too skilled, too experienced to be bested by a group of primitives. They just need to adjust their strategy, leverage their technology better. Yes, that's it. They'll flush the humans out, force them into the open where they can be slaughtered. The warriors, sensing the leader's resolve, push down their own doubts. They've faced tough situations before and emerged victorious. This is just another challenge. They'll adapt and overcome. With renewed determination, they prepare to press forward, convinced that the humans can't keep up their elusive tactics forever. After all, they're the best in the galaxy. How could they lose? The Galactic warriors, once resolute, now move cautiously through the jungle's dense foliage, where the shadows play tricks on their vision. The air is thick, both with humidity and an unease that clings to them like the sweat under their armor. Their advanced sensors sweep the area, yet there is nothing, no movement, no sign of life, as if the jungle itself has swallowed the humans whole. But they know better now. This silence is deceptive, a prelude to the chaos that's about to erupt. Without warning, the first shots ring out, precise and deadly. A warrior drops, then another and another, before anyone can react. The jungle comes alive with the sound of gunfire, but the enemy remains invisible, hidden within the landscape they've mastered. The warriors fire back, but their shots hit only trees and air. Their targets are nowhere to be seen. Panic creeps in as they realize they're fighting an enemy they can't see, one that knows this terrain far better than they do. The leader tries to maintain order, barking commands to take cover, to regroup, but the warriors are disoriented. Their confidence, so unshakable before, now cracks under the pressure of an unseen foe. Each fallen comrade is a reminder of their vulnerability, a stark contrast to the invincibility they once believed in. The jungle, once an afterthought, has become a death trap, and the warriors find themselves ensnared. In the aftermath, they regroup, but the toll is heavy. The fallen are counted, their loss a blow not just to their numbers, but to their morale. The warriors, now huddled together, exchange uneasy glances. The realization dawns that this enemy is different, more cunning than they ever anticipated. The human's ability to strike from nowhere, to vanish without a trace, has shaken them. It's no longer about overwhelming force. This is a battle of wits, of survival. The leader, though rattled, knows they must adapt or face further decimation. He orders a reassessment, calling on the warriors to gather intel, to figure out how the humans are evading detection. Suggestions fly, each more desperate than the last. Perhaps their sensors need recalibrating, or maybe they're dealing with some form of cloaking technology. But deep down, there's a growing fear that this might be something they can't counter. The plan that emerges is fraught with uncertainty. They'll use every piece of technology at their disposal, try to flush the humans out, force them into a confrontation where their superior firepower can win the day. But even as the plan is laid out, there's skepticism. What if it doesn't work? What if the humans are beyond their reach? When the second wave begins, it's with a mix of trepidation and determination. The warriors are more methodical, more deliberate in their movements, but the jungle remains unforgiving. Their sensors, recalibrated and enhanced, still fail to pick up the humans until it's too late. The humans have adapted, using the terrain to their advantage, moving like shadows, striking without warning. The warriors' advanced technology, once their greatest asset, now seems almost useless against an enemy that refuses to be seen. The losses mount quickly. Each failed attempt to locate the humans is met with deadly consequences, as another warrior falls, and then another. The jungle seems to close in around them, each step forward met with an unseen threat. The warriors, for all their training and technological superiority, are being outmatched by a foe they can't even see. As they retreat once more, the fear is palpable. The warriors, who once laughed at the thought of human resistance, now whisper among themselves, voices tinged with anxiety. The leader, though trying to maintain a strong front, can feel the doubt spreading like a virus through the ranks. The bravado that marked their earlier encounters has faded, replaced by a grim determination to survive. This is no longer a simple mission of eradication, it's a battle for their own survival. The humans, once dismissed as insignificant, have proven to be more than a match for the galaxy's finest warriors. In the dark of the jungle, as the warriors regroup, the psychological toll becomes evident. Faces that were once stoic now show signs of strain, of fear. Some can't stop looking over their shoulders, as if expecting the humans to strike at any moment. Others clutch their weapons tighter, as if they can somehow ward off the anxiety that gnaws at their confidence. The leader walks among them, offering words of reassurance, but even he can't shake the feeling that they are losing control of the situation. The reality is stark. This is no longer a straightforward mission. The humans have forced them into a corner, challenging everything they thought they knew about warfare. The warriors, who have faced and defeated countless enemies, now face something far more terrifying, a battle where their technology, their training, and their sheer force of will might not be enough. The leader knows that the next steps will be crucial, that any further missteps could mean total annihilation. But as he looks at his warriors, he wonders if they'll be ready for what's to come, or if the seeds of doubt that have taken root will grow into something far more dangerous. The leader, now fully aware of the peril they're in, makes the difficult decision to order a retreat. This isn't a retreat born of strategy but one of necessity, a recognition that they are outmatched, not by superior firepower or technology, but by a cunning enemy who knows how to exploit their every weakness. The command is given, terse and final, and the warriors, once so eager for battle, now fall back with a sense of dread gnawing at their resolve. As they retreat through the thick jungle, the humans remain unseen but ever present, like phantoms in the foliage. The warriors can feel them, always just out of sight, moving in the shadows, watching, waiting. Every step backward feels like a march deeper into a trap. The warriors fire sporadically into the trees, hoping to hit something, anything, but it's all in vain. The jungle offers no clues, no signs of the humans' presence, only the oppressive silence that has now become a source of terror. The retreat does little to soothe the warriors' nerves. If anything, the fear intensifies. They are no longer in control, and that realization is crippling. The once cohesive unit begins to fracture under the weight of their own paranoia. They jump at every sound, every rustle of leaves, unsure if it's the enemy or just their imagination playing tricks on them. Trust, which was once the foundation of their strength, starts to erode. Whispers of suspicion spread among the ranks. Could one of them be compromised? Could the humans have found a way to manipulate their minds? The warriors start to cast wary glances at one another, their fear turning inward as they question the loyalty and sanity of their comrades. This psychological warfare takes its toll, making them increasingly ineffective. They become jittery, reacting to every perceived threat with wild, uncoordinated fire, which only serves to waste their energy and resources. The humans' tactics have pushed them to the edge, their once sharp instincts now dulled by the constant state of anxiety. The warriors, who were once hunters, have become the hunted, their fear stripping away the disciplined precision that once defined them. In their desperation to escape the humans' relentless pursuit, the warriors push deeper into unfamiliar territory, their leader hoping to find a place to regroup and plan a counterattack. But the humans are always one step ahead. The retreating unit soon stumbles into a carefully laid trap, a testament to the humans' strategic brilliance. The ground gives way beneath them, explosions tearing through their ranks, leaving chaos in their wake. The warriors, already shaken, are now thrown into disarray as they scramble to survive. The trap is devastatingly effective. The warriors suffer heavy casualties, their numbers dwindling with each passing moment. Those who survive the initial blast are left wounded, disoriented, and demoralized. The leader, watching his forces crumble, begins to doubt the very mission that brought them here. The thought gnaws at him: how could this have happened? How could the galaxy's finest be brought to their knees by a band of humans? The answer is clear but bitter: the humans are not the primitive species they were led to believe. They are resourceful, deadly, and far more capable than anyone had anticipated. As the warriors continue their retreat, it becomes clear that they have lost control of the situation entirely. The jungle, once an enemy, now feels like a tomb, closing in around them. Their advanced technology, which should have given them the upper hand, has been rendered useless by the humans' ingenuity. The warriors, now mere shadows of their former selves, can only press on, driven by a primal instinct to survive rather than the confidence of victory. Morale is shattered, and the once unshakable resolve of the Galactic warriors has crumbled. Each step further into the jungle is marked by a growing sense of despair. They are no longer warriors on a mission. They are survivors fleeing a force they can't understand or counter. The leader, once the embodiment of strength and command, now grapples with the stark reality that they have been bested by an enemy they never truly understood. The retreat continues, but the warriors know that they are not retreating to regroup. They are retreating to escape, to live another day, if only barely. The leader, determined not to let his warriors succumb to despair, steps forward to address them. The survivors, weary and battered, gather around, their faces a mix of fear and determination. The leader's voice, though steady, carries the weight of their situation. He speaks of honor, of the legacy they carry as the galaxy's elite, and of the need to stand firm in the face of adversity. He acknowledges their losses but frames them as the sacrifices necessary for ultimate victory. His words are chosen carefully, aimed at reigniting the spark of pride and resilience that once defined them. As the leader speaks, he outlines a new plan, one born of desperation but crafted with the precision of a strategist who knows that this is their last chance. They will throw everything they have into one final, all-out assault. Every resource, every strategy at their disposal will be utilized. The plan is meticulous, accounting for every possible contingency, and designed to take back control of the battlefield. The leader paints a picture of success, of a victory that will not only save them but restore their honor. The warriors, despite their fear, nod in agreement, readying themselves for what they know will be a decisive moment. The warriors prepare with a renewed sense of purpose. Weapons are checked, armor adjusted, and positions taken as they ready themselves for the coming battle. They know that this assault will determine their fate. There will be no second chances. As the leader gives the order, they surge forward with a ferocity born of necessity, their ranks moving in unison, every step calculated, every shot precise. At first, it seems the tide has turned in their favor. The humans, caught off guard by the intensity of the assault, fall back, their once ghostly presence now tangible targets. The warriors push forward with renewed vigor, their confidence slowly returning as they press the humans back. The jungle that once felt like a trap now becomes a battlefield where their superior training and technology seem to gain the upper hand. For a brief moment, the warriors taste victory, believing that their determination has finally paid off. But the humans, ever adaptable, quickly recover from the initial shock. They begin to shift their tactics, retreating strategically, drawing the warriors deeper into their territory. The warriors, driven by the hope of success, follow, unaware that they are being lured into another trap. The humans' resistance grows more organized, more calculated, and soon the warriors find themselves once again outmaneuvered. As the battle rages on, the humans adapt faster than the warriors can respond. Their hit-and-run tactics become more effective, their strikes more precise. The warriors, now deep within hostile territory, find themselves surrounded, their technological advantages nullified by the humans' intimate knowledge of the terrain and their relentless, unpredictable assaults. The warriors' numbers begin to dwindle rapidly as they face a foe that seems to anticipate their every move. The confidence they had regained crumbles as the realization sets in: they are fighting a losing battle. The warriors, once proud and indomitable, now find themselves on the defensive yet again. Every attempt to regain control is met with brutal efficiency by the humans, who seem to be everywhere at once, their camouflage blending them seamlessly into the environment. The warriors, who were once the hunters, are now the hunted, their every move countered, their every strategy anticipated. The losses are devastating, and with each fallen comrade, the weight of their impending defeat grows heavier. As the battle drags on, the breaking point nears. The warriors, once a force to be reckoned with, are now a shattered remnant of their former selves. The leader, watching his forces dwindle, knows that they cannot continue like this. The plan, their last hope, has failed. The humans have proven too adaptable, too resourceful, and the warriors are now faced with a grim choice: retreat and live to fight another day, or continue the assault and face certain annihilation. The leader, his face etched with the strain of command, contemplates the unthinkable. The psychological toll on his warriors is clear. They are exhausted, both physically and mentally, their morale at an all-time low. The realization that they might not make it out of this alive weighs heavily on them all. The once unquestionable superiority they held over the humans has been shattered, and now they are left with the harsh truth of their situation. The decision must be made quickly, but the leader knows that whatever choice he makes, the legacy of the Galactic warriors will be forever altered by this battle. The warriors find themselves in a dire situation, their once formidable numbers reduced to a small, beleaguered group. They are cornered in a remote, hostile environment, surrounded on all sides by an enemy they still cannot see but can feel closing in. The air is thick with tension, every shadow a potential threat, every rustle of leaves a harbinger of death. The warriors, their armor battered and their weapons nearly depleted, know this is where they will make their final stand. There is no escape, no reinforcements on the way, just the cold reality that they are fighting for their very survival. They form a tight defensive perimeter, every remaining warrior fully aware that this could be their last battle. The leader, though visibly strained, walks among them, sharing a few words with each soldier, offering the kind of reassurance that is more about preserving their dignity than fostering hope. The warriors, despite their exhaustion and fear, resolve to fight with everything they have left. They know that they may not win, but they refuse to go down without a fight. The final battle begins not with a roar, but with a whisper, a subtle shift in the air that signals the humans' approach. Suddenly, the jungle erupts in chaos. The humans, masters of stealth, launch a surprise attack, hitting the warriors from multiple directions at once. Gunfire flashes in the dim light, but the warriors can't see their assailants. They fire blindly into the darkness, hoping to hit something, but their advanced technology, so reliable in past battles, is utterly useless here. The humans have adapted perfectly, using their environment to move unseen and strike with precision. Despite their dwindling numbers, the warriors fight with everything they have, driven by a mix of desperation and pride. Their training kicks in, and for a moment, it seems like they might hold their ground. But the humans are relentless. They strike fast, retreat, and strike again, never giving the warriors a moment to regroup or catch their breath. The warriors' defenses crumble as they are picked off one by one, their advanced armor and weapons offering little protection against an enemy that refuses to engage on their terms. As the battle wears on, the warriors manage to inflict some damage on the humans, but it's minimal, hardly enough to turn the tide. The leader, in a desperate attempt to rally his troops, charges forward, but he's quickly overwhelmed. His death is a brutal blow to the already faltering morale of his warriors. Without their leader, the unit falls into disarray. What was once a coordinated defense becomes a chaotic scramble for survival. The warriors, now leaderless and cornered, realize that their defeat is inevitable. The humans, sensing victory, press their advantage, their attacks becoming even more ferocious. The final moments of the battle are a blur of gunfire, screams, and the desperate last stands of warriors who know they are about to die. The jungle, which had been the backdrop for their every move, now seems to close in around them, swallowing the last remnants of the Galactic warriors' pride and strength. The once mighty warriors, who had set out on this mission with such confidence, are now little more than prey, hunted down by a foe they never truly understood. In the aftermath, the battlefield is silent. The few surviving warriors, broken and defeated, are either captured or mercilessly cut down. The humans, victorious, emerge from the shadows, their faces grim but resolute. They've outlasted and outsmarted a technologically superior foe, proving that raw cunning and adaptability can overcome even the most advanced of enemies. As the dust settles, there is a sense of finality. The story ends not with a triumphant cheer, but with a somber reflection. The Galactic warriors, for all their power and arrogance, were undone by their failure to recognize the strength of their opponents. The consequences of underestimating an enemy, especially one as resourceful as humanity, are laid bare in the silence that follows the battle. The jungle, once a place of terror, now stands as a testament to the humans' victory, a reminder that in war, it's not always the strongest who prevail, but the most adaptable. In the aftermath of their devastating defeat, a lone survivor of the Galactic warriors sits in silence, reflecting on the chaos and loss that has defined their last stand. The warrior, once part of an elite unit known for its superiority, now grapples with the shock of their fall from grace. Memories of the battle replay in their mind, images of comrades falling, the relentless attacks from the unseen enemy, and the crushing realization that their advanced technology and training were no match for the humans' ingenuity. As they ponder the events, the survivor struggles to understand the humans' strategies. The guerrilla tactics that seemed so rudimentary at first had proven to be their undoing. The camouflage that was dismissed as primitive turned out to be a game-changer. The survivor questions how their once formidable team could be so outmatched, and begins to reassess their own beliefs and values. The psychological impact of the defeat is profound, leaving the warrior to confront the harsh truth that their confidence in their own superiority had been their greatest weakness. Switching perspectives, the narrative delves into the human viewpoint. The humans, having secured their victory, now reflect on their strategies and the meticulous planning that led to it. They discuss their use of camouflage, a technique that had initially seemed simplistic but proved incredibly effective. Their guerrilla tactics, honed through years of necessity, were designed to exploit the weaknesses of a technologically superior foe. The humans share their thoughts on psychological warfare, how they use fear and confusion to destabilize their enemies, making the Galactic warriors' advanced technology and training irrelevant. The humans' motivations are also revealed. Their fight was not just about survival, but about proving their worth against a formidable opponent. They had anticipated the warriors' every move, using their intimate knowledge of the terrain and their adaptive tactics to gain the upper hand. The lengths to which they went to ensure victory highlight their determination and resilience, reinforcing the lesson that underestimating an opponent can lead to ruin. The defeat of the Galactic warriors sends ripples through their empire. The once unquestioned dominance of their military forces is now in doubt, as the news of their fall spreads. The broader implications of this conflict become apparent. The balance of power in intergalactic warfare has shifted. The Empire must now contend with the reality that humanity is a force to be reckoned with, no longer to be dismissed as a minor threat. This battle has altered the landscape of future conflicts, setting the stage for a new era of warfare where adaptability and respect for one's opponents are crucial. The story concludes with a reflective tone. The surviving warrior, now a changed individual, vows never to underestimate another species again. The defeat has taught them the importance of humility and the need to recognize the potential of even the most unlikely adversaries. As the galaxy moves forward, the lesson is clear. True strength lies not only in power and technology, but in the ability to adapt and respect one's enemies. The somber note underscores the reality that humanity's potential has been proven, leading the galaxy to reckon with a newfound and formidable opponent. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I promise you, nothing will happen to your finger.